Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Ask Leah. Tonight, I want to share with you some basic communication advice, but advice that we all tend to forget at times, and that is to not jump the gun and make assumptions that we know another person's intent or that we've got the full story behind an issue based on information we maybe get from one person. This came up after I was contacted by a leader who had a pretty hard situation happen in their workplace where some people went above them, made some accusations about what they thought had happened. Turns out that wasn't what had actually happened, and they were able to provide that with explanation. But the damage was done. People had assumed they knew what was going on and taken action based on that, and now it has blown up in a really damaging way. Now, for the leader that I spoke with, there's a few things they need to reflect on here. Why didn't people feel they could come to them to ask questions, to get curious and say, hey, I'm not sure if this is right, what's going on here? Their people didn't do that. They went above them. So the self-reflection piece there is there something I could do to be more approachable? Is there something I could do to create an environment that is more psychologically safe, which means that my people feel comfortable coming to me? But the flip for this person's team is, do you have all the information? Ask questions, communicate more. Don't just go off like a bull at a gate on what might not be correct information and raise issues where maybe there isn't an issue to be raised. Really, what can help with all of this is building great relationships of trust between people and encouraging open and honest communication. If something happens in your personal life or work life and you want to react, implement that great strategy that I'm banging on about all the time, which is get curious, not furious. Even if you think you have all the information, say to the person, hey, I want to make sure we're on the same page here because I'm going to admit I'm jumping ahead here and I'm pretty annoyed. Can you share with me from your perspective how you see this situation or what your take is on what's going on? Ask a question, make sure you've got all the information before you act. Does require slowing down a bit. I know that's something I can struggle with at times too, but get curious, not furious. Seek out the information and then make sure if you're taking action, you're doing it with the full picture. If you have a communication, leadership, self-management question you would like answered, send it through and I will do my best to answer it for you next week. Cheers.